Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Backyard Buckets. Today we're going to be talking about the whole Ben Simmons situation in Philadelphia, looking at a couple of potential trade partners, and looking at what a Ben Simmons trade would look like. The 76ers would get a lot better off of a Simmons trade, all the assets they get from that. So make sure you stick around for the whole video. Make sure to like button and subscribe button if you enjoyed any point. Also leave a comment. It really helps us out in the YouTube algorithm. All four of those things will be greatly appreciated. Now let's go ahead and get started with today's video, looking at the fact that they need the pieces from the Ben Simmons trade to compete. Right now, they're sitting at the 6th seed in the NBA, 26 and 19, or excuse me, 6th seed in the East. Embiid is having an insane year. This man is MVP candidate. 28.5 points per game, 50% shooting, 39% from three, 11 boards, 4 assists, a steal, a block and a half per night. Absolutely insane numbers from Joel Embiid. He's literally got Shaq, MJ, Kobe, all of them all in one. He's got the entire bag. Tobias Harris has also been pretty good. 18 points per game on 46% shooting from the field. Only 32% from three, but he's also getting 7.5 boards, 4 assists, and a steal and a block per night. So pretty good start to the year for Tobias Harris. Tyrese Maxey stepping into that point guard role pretty well. I mean, he's now the third leading scorer as a 21-year-old. 17 points per game on 47% shooting from the field and 41% from three. Looking pretty good. 88% from the free throw line, so he's close to 50-49. He needs to get that field goal and free throw percentage up a little bit, but he's also averaging 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, and only 1.1 turnovers per game. That's very impressive from the young point guard. Seth Curry, he's having himself a nice year. 16 points per game on 51% shooting from the field, 42% from three, 88% from the free throw line, 3.5 boards, 4 assists, a steal. Seth Curry, very underrated. Very, very underrated. Now, let's take a look at what a Ben Simmons trade would look like. Keep in mind, Ben Simmons, one of the better perimeter defenders in the NBA, averages about 15 points per game on a good year. Can't shoot threes or shoot it from the free throw line, really, but he's a great facilitator, and like I said, one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA. Now, right now, he has very little value compared to what they are trying to get for him, because he's obviously been holding out, so he might just walk next time he hits free agency. I mean, that's a long time, so I doubt he wants to do that. Probably looking for a trade. But the Kings could be a team, maybe they want to move on from De'Aaron Fox, maybe. They're like, here, we'll give you De'Aaron Fox for Ben Simmons. Let Simmons play the 4, Tyrese Halliburton play the 1. De'Aaron Fox, he'd fit pretty well in Philadelphia, I think. Tyrese Maxey might have to be pushed to the bench, but I mean, Tyrese Maxey off the bench, that's not terrible. I feel like that could probably work if he accepts the role, coming in and just being an absolute beast off the bench. But De'Aaron Fox for Ben Simmons, that's probably a straight-up trade. The Kings could be looking to clear house a little bit. Kind of tired of being mediocre every year. De'Aaron Fox has been a bit disappointing, so his trade value's down a little bit, but he's still a really good young guard. The next team here is the LA Lakers. Now, the Lakers have been very disappointing, and Lee GM, he's looking to make some moves at the trade deadline. Russell Westbrook, obviously, being a spot of weakness on the Lakers team, so they could be looking for a point guard. Ben Simmons could be a great choice, great facilitator, and a great defender, as we mentioned. So Russell Westbrook, I feel like he's probably on the move at this year's trade deadline. He's not been good so far this year for the Lakers, but it's not been terrible. So he still has some trade value. People need to quit talking about Russ like he's not a top 10 to 15 point guard in the NBA. He's still a good starter, but he's not the Russell Westbrook we're used to seeing. So you'd probably have to throw in a Taylor Horton-Tucker, who has also been very disappointing. Guy I thought was going to break out. You'd have to throw in probably a couple young pieces and maybe a couple draft picks to be able to get Ben Simmons for Russell Westbrook. A couple young pieces, a couple draft picks like I talked about. Now the final team, or one of the final teams, this is a bit of a long shot here, the Cavs. And they wouldn't really have to be giving up too much, but I think Ben Simmons fitting in on this Cavs team, I feel like he could do it. They could definitely use some more defense. He doesn't really bring too much scoring, but keep letting Garland play the point, let Ben play the 4 maybe. You'd definitely have to reshuffle the lineup. But a Colin Sexton, who's a guy that could give you 24, 25 a night, doesn't have the greatest reputation for passing the ball, but he can give you 24, 25 a night. A good young guard to go in Philadelphia can maybe bring him off the bench as like a microwave scorer. The Cavs would probably have to throw in a young piece. For this example, I just went with Jetty Osman, but you could find somebody else. Osman, he's having an all right year. 11 points per game, that's a pretty good year for him. 43% from the field, 36% from three. So maybe you don't throw in Jetty Osman, but I don't know. Ben Simmons, man. Ben Simmons, he's an interesting case. Let me know your thoughts. Who should the Sixers go out and get for Ben Simmons? Because I feel like, you got Embiid playing at an MVP type level. You gotta, while he's still here, you don't get an MVP type player every day. You need to go ahead and try to make a move to contend around him. Just accept the fact that Simmons is probably gone. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you so much for making it this far into the video, if anybody did. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button if you enjoyed at any point. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.